I want to give a huge shout out to Azio for making this video possible. They decided to send me over a brand new gaming board for review, the Azio MGK L80 RGB. This board comes equipped with brown KL switches that perform just like the cherry brown variant, and with these switches you're still getting that nice tactile bump that you would get out of the clicky ones minus the noise. Here's a quick sound test. The actual design of the board isn't new, as we saw this layout a few years back with the L70 gaming keyboard, which featured non-mechanical keys. This time we do get a nice brushed aluminum backplate that really helps bring those RGB colors out more. Flipping the board over reveals some rubber feet and height adjusters, which also have rubber feet on them. Surprisingly, some keyboards don't have rubber on the extensions themselves, causing them to move around if you have the keyboard raised. Finally, the magnetic palm rest is freaking awesome. I just love this thing. Back to the front, and starting from the left, the entire F row of keys features macros, media controls, and shortcuts, which are all easy to access. Assigning actions or keybinds to the macros is very different from any traditional method, as there is no software. More specifically, everything is hardware based. First, you'll need to put the board in gaming mode, which is done by simply hitting the G on the top right. Then you'll need to hit M, followed by the macro key you'd like to assign actions to. Finally, press the key or keys on the keyboard that you would like that macro to mimic, and then click the M key once again. That's all you have to do. In the past, I've found gaming software for macros to either be buggy or confusing, so this simplistic approach is very well received. On a side note, you have to have the keyboard in gaming mode to use the macros, and all media controls and shortcuts will take priority over the F keys. In other words, you don't have to hit function and then a shortcut. You can just hit the shortcut and it will register. One caveat to this, however, is that any game that uses the F keys will now need to have those keys remapped unless you're okay with hitting function every time. If you don't plan on using the macros in that specific game, then disregard this issue. Clearing the macros is very easy. All you have to do is hit M, the macro you'd like to clear, and then M again, all while gaming mode is enabled. Lastly, gaming mode will also disable the Windows key. Moving on, all lighting effects are preset for the most part and no software is needed. Lighting effect 1 is a slow fade through multiple colors, effect 2 does a water-like ripple from the center of the board, effect 3 does a wave color transition, effect 4 is the famous RGB wave, effect 5 is completely custom where you'll be able to set the color of each individual key, and effect 6 turns all the keys off and highlights them once they're pressed, kind of like a reactive mode. I know that you can't go about downloading templates like the Corsair boards, but for me, I'm happy with the variety we've got here. And overall, I'm very pleased by the performance of this keyboard, and it was a pleasure to type on. Small things like the comfortable magnetic wrist rest, and giant volume knob that doubled as a mute switch made the experience more convenient and enjoyable. The aluminum backplate gives off a premium feel as it gave some weight and nice aesthetic to the board. As always, links to this keyboard can be found in the description. If you really don't care about RGB but still want a backlit experience, this board also comes with red and blue LEDs, which will knock the price down a bit. Anyways, thank y'all so much for watching and have a great day.